In the last video, we talked about some retirement options that were kind of decisions that you needed to make as to how much money you're going to put into an account, what kind of an account you're going to set up, whether it's a 401, a traditional IRA, or a Roth IRA. In this video, I want to talk about things that your company will do to make their job seem sweeter. They can give you retirement options of their own, in addition to just setting up a 401k. The main idea is what's called a pension. And so the way that a pension works is that every time you get paid, your company takes a little bit of their own money. It's not your money. Sometimes it's your money, but usually not. They're going to take some of their own money and they're going to invest it in order to pay for your retirement and the retirement of everybody else who retires over a long period of time. And if you've worked for the company for some number of years, sometimes it's a small number of years, like once you've worked there 5 years, you can get some kind of benefit. But if you've worked 20 or 25 or 30 years, it's a more generous benefit. And then once you retire, if you've got that plan, the company will give you a guaranteed income every month for the rest of your life. So that's an important distinction. If I have a 401k or an IRA and I retire with $1 million in that account and I spend through that $1 million and I'm still alive, all of a sudden I've got no money at that point. So I've got to make some hard decisions at that point. By contrast, with a pension, that money is coming to me every month, no matter how long I live. If I live to be 120, the company is still kicking in every month, no matter how much it costs them to do that, because they promised me when I was working that they would do that for me. On the other hand, if I've got a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA or a 401k and I die relatively young after retirement, I've got all of that money in those accounts that get passed on to my heirs. But with a pension fund, as long as you live a couple years, if you died the day after your retirement, your company would probably give some sort of death benefit to your heirs. But if you only live like 3 or 4 years, then usually, that money just isn't there because they're making sure that they're gonna pay for you for the rest of your life and not beyond that. Um, Over the course of history, companies decided they didn't like doing that. They didn't like that pension route. Can you imagine why? Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that happens is that people were living longer and longer. And so it was just more and more uncertain how much money the company would need to set aside to pay pensions. So they got away from that guaranteed planned amount every month for your entire life. And what companies will do instead now is they will help you make contributions to your 401k. The first thing they do is they set up the 401k system for you, but then they can also match your contributions. A lot of companies will. So for instance, if you are at a company that has a 401k and you put $10,000 into your account, your company might put a matching $10,000 in to match your contribution. Sometimes it's just a percentage. There's usually a limit involved, but that is an amazing deal. People in the retirement business refer to that as free money because it really is. You put $10,000 into your account, and all of a sudden, your retirement account is $20,000 bigger because your company is offering you that matching contribution. It's an amazing deal. And if you ever work for a company that offers a match to your 401k contribution, you want to be sure, unless you're the kind of person who likes throwing money away, you want to make sure that you're at least making enough of a contribution to your 401k to earn the maximum match that that company is doing. All right. So those are the two things that happen with companies. There are some businesses left that still offer pensions. School teachers get pensions. Government workers at the local and state and federal level get pensions. There are military pensions, firefighters, police officers, and not all nurses, but some nursing. Some nursing professions still have pensions. Some have gotten away to it and have gotten towards this individual responsibility of putting money into your own 401k or IRA account. But those are kind of, between these two videos, all of the retirement options that you have as far as making different plans. So do this next activity and watch all of the videos and read all of the articles, which are going to give some extra information about these different types so that you can fill in the chart and answer the questions.